Hello everybody, it's Michelle and I'm doing another Halloween charm for you today. I'm going to be using this larger fish-shaped bead. Remember in the bat bead charm video I told you you'd be seeing this larger one in another project, and that's the one we're going to be doing today. So we're going to be doing a lot of things very similar to the way we did the bat. This one's going to be a black cat. We're going to be using the larger fish-shaped bead, which is 9 millimeters by 18 millimeters. And we're also going to need our 2-inch head pin and a jump ring. I've got a large jump ring here that I think I'm going to use in place of a bell and maybe not add the lobster clasp. I started out doing these little charms as a dangle charm to go along with a locket necklace, but the more of them I do, the more appreciation I have for them, and I think I want to start making them to be a charm on their own. So I'm going to lose the lobster clasp, and I might have to go get me some bells, but in the meantime I'm just going to use this. This is a large jump ring. It's about 7 millimeters, so that should work to go on a necklace. It's a little beveled jump ring, so I'm going to use that as a bell. And we're going to be using some black wire to make the cat's tail. I've got the copper wire here in a 20 gauge with the black coating on it. So first thing we're going to do is we'll take that and get a piece off about probably 3 inches long to make our cat tail. Now here is one that I made up ahead of time. That's kind of what we're going for. That'll give you an idea. So what I did first was find the middle of that, bend it as tightly as I can in half. I'm going to use my nylon pliers here to kind of smash that flat as much as I can. Okay. Now I'm going to hold that end with my flat nose pliers. I'm going to start that twist a little bit first by hand, and then we'll tighten it up with our pliers. Oops. Okay. Now I'm just going to get my other pair of flat nose pliers and just come in and start twisting. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to cut that end off. Okay, now for this, I wanted to put kind of a curve to it to make it shaped like a cat's tail. And I'm using my nylon coated round nose pliers so that I don't scuff up that black coating that's on the wire. may have to use my regular round nose for that very tip. Okay. Okay, we can kind of, this loop at the end here is going to be what goes on our head pin. It's going to go straight through like that, so we can kind of hold it next to our bead and see how that turned out. I think that looks really good. And at the end here where that copper shows, you can come back if you need to and touch that up with a black paint pen, but I'm not going to do that for time's sake for the video. Okay, now before we put all that together, we're going to work on the fish bead for our cat first. Now on this, I wiped it with the alcohol again because we're going to put glitter for the eyes just like we did on our bat, and we want that to adhere very well. Also on the bottom, that was a little more pointed than what it is now. I used my emery board that I used before, and I just kind of rocked and sanded that down a little bit to make that a little more rounded on the bottom to look more like a cat. So we're ready to put on our eyes. I'm going to bring in my cardboard. And I'm going to be using the glitter just like I did for eyes for the bat in red, but for our cat we're going to be using the gold. And this says jumbo glitter, but these are very old. I've had these for a long time, and I was noticing just a day or two ago at Walmart that what they now have labeled as jumbo, the flakes are much larger than these that I'm using here. So if you go to buy this now, it doesn't say jumbo, but it is a shaker in the 4 ounce just like this, and the label looks the same except it just doesn't say jumbo anymore. So just look for that 4 ounce shaker in the children's craft aisle at Walmart, and they do still have this that's the same. It's just not labeled as jumbo anymore. So we're going to put a couple flakes out there. I'm going to be using my Loctite super glue and the gel control again to put the eyes on. Now if you want to, you can use the E6000 like I did for the bat if you need a little more work time. This holds very well. It just bonds more quickly, so you don't have as much time to work. I'm going to put a little bit of that out there on my scrap piece of cardboard. I'm going to bring in my skewer stick and put 2 dots of glue right where we want our cat's eyes to be. Okay. Now again, wipe that off. Pick up a flake of glitter and place it on. And another one. And there's your glowing cat's eyes. Now see, I was going to readjust just a little bit. As you can see, that's bonded already. So if you use the Loctite for that, just keep in mind that bonds very, very quickly as soon as it makes contact. So if you need a little more time to work, you can use the E6000 or something else. Okay, now we're going to put that on our head pin. We're just going to string the bottom of that cattail right onto our head pin. And then when we put that together, if we just put it on there just like it is, that tail would spin around. So we're going to glue it on, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to apply some of our Loctite glue to the bottom of our cat bead right around that hole. And that way it'll bond everything together. I'm going to hold that for a few seconds to make sure that it bonds well. Okay. Now we're going to bend our head pin, clip it off to about 1/4 inch, and roll it into a loop. And then all we have left to do is to attach our jump ring or bell or whatever you're going to put on that. And close that up. And there's your black cat bead charm. So let me know if you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a like over on Facebook, and follow me on Pinterest. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.